Hi boys and girls, good morning. I will be with you around 12. I just needed to take care of the baby for the morning and my husband will be here soon. So I'll see you guys later on at 12. But in the meantime, I wanted to review with you because today you have your mid-chapter and I wanted to review this part where we have to add the x's to find the average, the combined weight, and so forth, because I know that this was something you guys kept asking me about. So before you take your mid-chapter, I want to go over it with you to not leave you alone on this part, okay? So I already went ahead and copied the line plot on this whiteboard thingy. And remember that the way we do it is these x's are, we count basically how many 1/4 there are. So it would be 1 here and 1 here. So that's why you see the 2 x's here. How many halves are there? There's 1, 2, and 3, right? So that's why you would have a 3 x's and 3/4. There's 4 of them. You see the 1, 2, 3, 4, and then the 4 x's to represent 1 for each one. So down here, they want you to find the total length of all the seeds that the students measured. When it says all, that means that you're going to add up everything you see here, okay? And then notice how in number 2, they want the average length of one of the seeds that the students measured. So before we do average, we've got to do what number 1 wants. So let's review that part, okay? Now remember that here, let me use a different color, equals, 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 right? So in order to figure out what the sums are, the totals, to then add up everything, we first have to add the 2 x's for the 1/4, right? So remember that each x is worth whatever fraction is down here. So 1/4 plus 1/4 is 2/4, which is also equal to 1/2. Here we have 1/2 plus 1/2 plus 1/2 is going to equal 3/2, which is an improper fraction, and then we'll flip it after. And then here we have 3/4 plus 3/4 plus 3/4 plus 3/4, which is 12/4. And then we also have to fix this one so that it shows a mixed number or a whole number in this case. Now remember that when we add, you can either do what I did, 3/4 plus 3/4 4 times, or you can just do 3/4 times 4 and it'll give you the 12/4. So let's go back over here and fix this one because it's an improper fraction and we do have to make it a mixed number. So 3/2 would become 1 and 1/2, okay? And 12/4 would become 3 because 12 divided by 3 is 4. I'm sorry, oh my gosh. 12 divided by 4 is 3. And then the 3/2, 2 goes into 3 one time. There's 1 left over. And then the denominator always stays the same. Now, I'm going to simplify 2/4 because it will give me 1/2, and then it's just easier. Let me get this out of the way. It's just easier to add these 2 fractions when they have the same denominator. If I would have added 2/4 and 1 and 1/2, I would have had to go through finding the common denominator, rewrite the fractions and the equivalent fractions. It would have been more work. So it's just simpler. Remember, we always try to work smarter and not harder. It's easier to just simplify this fraction to 1/2 so that they're easy to add up together. Okay, so 1/2 plus 1 and 1/2, well, we know that 1/2 plus 1/2 equals 1, plus that 1 that's already there is going to equal to 2, right? So now we add the 3 to the 2, so 2 plus 3 equals 5. So right now we have a total of 5, okay? So to answer the first question, what is a total length of all the seeds that the students measured? We're going to put 5 in here, okay? Now, average length of one of the seeds. To find the average, remember that we already have our numerator here. So we're gonna write 5. Your numerator is always the sum that you get after adding up everything. And then the denominator, if you remember, is when we count all the x's that we have on the line plot and then use it as our denominator. So here we have 2, 4, 5, 7, 9. Okay, so our average is 5/9. So we would write 5/9 on this line for the answer. Let me count and make sure. 4, 7, yeah, 9. Okay, and no, that's not it. Okay, let's also review the ordered pairs, how to plot them and so forth, okay? Because you'll also see this on your mid-chapter, and I want to make sure that you guys know what to do. So let's look at letter G. They want us to use the coordinate grid, this is a coordinate grid here, to write the ordered pair for the given point. So here they're giving you the points, right? And we have to write the ordered pair for that. So for letter G, we will come here to our grid and find G, which is right here. Okay, in order to figure out the ordered pair for G, I'm going to start at the origin. Always start in this little vertex right here, which is a 0. And then run to, we run on the x-axis to the number that it's at. Okay, so in this case, it's at 3. And then it jumps to 4. So the ordered pair for G is 3, 4. And we write it in parentheses. So let's erase all of this. Okay, so for G, it would equal, okay, 3, 4. Let's practice H. H is all the way over here. So we're going to start down here and we're going to run all the way to, 8. It's right here. Okay, that's where it is. It lines up with the number 8. So we run to 8 and we jump to 10. So for H, we said it ran to 8 and jumped to 10. That looks like a 16, but it's a 10. Okay? Let's do this one. Now they want us to plot and label the points on the coordinate grid. So now we're going to take the ordered pair they give us and write the letters in the grid. So we're going to place the letter A using the ordered pair 1, 6. Remember that the first number is the x-axis and the second number is your y-axis. So we're always going to run to the first number and then jump to this one. So starting at the origin, we run to 1, right? Because they said, 1, 6. So from 0, we run to 1 and jump up to 6. So A would be, let me use this. This helps. A would be right here, okay? You ran to 1 and jumped to 6. Now let's do B, 1, 9. So again, we're only running to 1, but this time we're jumping up to 9, and that's where we would put the dot and the letter B as well. And that's basically it. I want to practice one with a 0 and then let me see if I can write here really quick and then erase it. Yeah, I could. Let's pretend that I had, why is it getting blurry? 3, 0 or 0, 3. Okay, so for 3, 0, remember the first number is the one that we run to. So starting at the origin, we run to 3. Okay, and do I jump anywhere? No, right? Because the y is a 0. So I'm not jumping. I'm staying right here. And that's where I would put the dot. Same thing goes for 0, 3. If the x has the 0, that means you cannot run anywhere. You've got to stay here. But in this case, we can jump. We would jump to the number 3. So you would literally plot it right here. Okay? you're going to stay on the 0. You're not running anywhere, because if you run, then you're going to have the wrong number. And well, I gave you the example of 0. So 0 and jump to 3. Okay? Erase that. All right. And that's pretty much it. The rest is very simple, because this is the one that we did today. No, I'm sorry, yesterday. And your mid-chapter doesn't even have that. So yeah, I basically wanted to go over the average with you guys, give you that last example, and how to the first step of finding the average is to add up everything and then write your fraction. Okay, that's it, boys and girls. Good luck. Remember that you also, if you need any other videos, you can watch them in Google Classroom, or those of you that are in the class. If you want to re-watch this video, just have the substitute replay it for you and pause it as you need it, because the example I did is not in the mid-chapter. So, you know, that way you can go over it step by step. You can pause it and as you need, okay? You can use your notes. And those of you that are at home, Think Central has already removed the questions that you're not doing, okay? But those of you that are in class, I want you to skip the following questions, because those are the ones that I removed for those that are at home. So you're going to skip number 3, 15, and 16, okay? If you want to do them for extra credit, that's fine, but they're not going to count against you if you get them wrong. So you want to go ahead and do them, that's fine with me. But if you get them wrong, they won't count against you. If you get them right, then they'll replace another question that was wrong. It'll replace it. That way it'll help your grade, okay? Good luck. Take your time. Please show your work on the mid-chapter. If you used a separate sheet of paper for whatever reason, make sure you just staple it or paper clip it to your mid-chapter. When you're done, you give it to your substitute and make sure you have your name and date, okay? Good luck, guys. See you soon.